Hi, everybody out there. How's it going? Been pretty good myself today. Yeah, I had a problem last week, obviously. In case any of you were looking for a show, it wasn't going to be on until yeah, I had problems with it because it was real bad that day. I didn't really talk well and stuff like that. And so I, at the last minute, decided not to do the show. Didn't have time to tell anybody why or anything. But anyway, that's what happened. So we'll continue on. Actually, excuse me while I get a swig of coffee. Yeah, it's in my Texas cup, and it's in my Guatemalan coffee. So, anyway, yes, that's what happened last week now. So I've been contemplating this for a few weeks because my wife and son both have shifted their work shifts from Sunday, no, from evenings until daytime. So morning is best time for me now. There's not that many mornings to pick from. And I was thinking maybe I should do it on Saturday morning. That'd be the only morning I can do it on. Otherwise, I don't want to conflict with anybody, so I don't want to conflict with Steve on Saturday, Sunday morning. Let's had a follow-up show or something like that we could arrange maybe, but something along those lines. And then we have what was I thinking? Yeah, so we'll have that. Um, I'm planning on doing on Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock a.m. I think. I'll put it 10 o'clock a.m. For Central Time Zone, and 11 o'clock a.m. for excuse me, 11 o'clock a.m. For same thing. 11 o'clock a.m. for Eastern Time, and make it 8 o'clock for Pacific Time. So seemed like maybe a good time. I maybe conflict with another person, so I may have to adjust some more as we go along. But yeah, that's what I decided until I hear differently. Guess it might work. I think there's one other show on Saturdays, but it's usually afternoons or something like that. I think is what it is. So we have tonight Kaisen Linux OS. And looks like we're still waiting for people to show up or something here. Yeah, so here at Kaisen, there's not much interest to anybody or something. Kaisen Linux OS is kind of a cool distro, which we're going to look at in a bit. But yeah, it's going to be a shorter show simply because there's no install function on it. Don't install it, you just plug it in on USB port and go to town, make a persistent USB with it. And you go to town on it, you can put it on any computer and open it up as a thing. But unlike some computers, where some distros that are like this, it's not specifically a security, cybersecurity concern, although it can be used some for that. It's got persistent testing stuff on, which we'll see in a minute and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, yeah, so it's mainly for IT professionals, actually, is what it say. IT professionals. Yeah, so why don't we go ahead and take a look at that now while we're looking at it. Yeah, well, down here. Here it is. Okay, there we are, sharing screens. See if we shift over to, here we go. Kaisen Linux. Yeah, you notice here it says the distribution for IT for professional IT. Yeah, so it's Kaisen Linux, professional IT, and you may wonder what makes the IT release. We'll find out. Wahaha. Yeah, so we got first release was December 14, 2019, based on Debian testing, which is interesting. The next thing it says in release mode, rolling release. Now Debian is not a rolling release distribution. It's more like a static is what I think I heard the preferred term. A lot of people call it stable, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's stable. I mean, you can have problems in situations like any program, with any distribution, whether it's Windows or Mac or any of the various distributions of Linux. So stable is kind of a misnomer to a certain degree. However, I know that Peppermint does the same thing. That is, that if you want to install Peppermint, you don't have to update it to the next related. You don't have to update it to the next release. When the release comes out, it's simply already there. It's just rolling. Rolling in the sense of rolling it you don't have to update it. I mean, no. Of course you have to update it. So, yeah. So you don't have to update it. Yes, you do. But once you've updated it, it updates the whole system automatically. So by the time the next release comes out, it's already there. That's what they mean by rolling release here. It's different. Rolling release usually means Arch and things like that are fully rolling release type thing. So they force Debian testing into a rolling release type situation, which is sort of like what Peppermint does with its distribution as well. So, but you do have to make this persistent in order for it to store things and keep functionality and all that stuff. Didn't make persistent mode on the virtual machine because I don't know if you can do it. And maybe you will, maybe you won't. So we will look at this and where I went on here is okay, so it's rolling release, origin French, objectives. It's a complete toolbox for network and system administrators. In other words, you can take this on a little flash drive, make it persistent, and you can just stick it on any computer you want to work on and you can go to town on it. Yeah. Once you learn this distributions, programs, and things like that, or things what it does and things like that. Anyway, you click this to go to download page. And then it goes here, Plymouth theme, login screen. It's going to display things. And as I remember, you kind of have to hunt for it a little bit here. Yeah, these are different flavors of it. Yeah, you downloaded architecture. AMD 64, best software, Mate. Other desktop environments, KD, XFC, LXQT. Also got a, I noticed it has something looks like a net install. Oh, net install. System rescue. I think when I downloaded was Mate version. Mate is kind of, and ironically, Mate is their primary and default distribution. It's their official distribution. They like to have official desktop environment based, I should say. All right, down, y'all just click on the mirrors. See down there at the bottom, it says, yeah, it's ISO, Mate ISO, so I'm downloaded from there. Click on that mirror 1, mirror 2, 1, 2, either one should download the same thing. And if you go to here, you got mirror 1, mirror 2 for KDE, XFCE, LXQT, and you got a net install if you want a net installer right there. So that's one I downloaded, clicked on was one of these two here. I think mirror 1 is one I use. I usually don't use mirror 1s, but I used it that time. So anyway. Alrighty, so I think it's all we can get off here, off the thing. They have some other things on here, some about community links, important links, so on, so forth, kind of things. Anyway, that's pretty good. Okay, now we can go over to here we are. And we are here at Kaisen Linux powered off. Now, like I say, this is just, you don't have to install this, so it's just it's just a, see here in a minute. Yeah, default's French, so you have to be quick on the draw. You don't want it to go to French menu permanently. English, Espanol, Portuguese, Italiano, and German, basically. Shish. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. I don't speak German, so. Oh, they have it installed. Here's how to install it. I was wondering where it was because I couldn't find anywhere else. So we want to install it actually on the machine. Do this. And go to utilities too. What's in the utility menu? Hardware detection tool, memory diagnostic tool, back. So you could do install this puppy, huh? Oh, might as well just go through install, see how good it is. Huh? There you go. Yeah, graphical install, Kaisen Linux install, expert install, GUI, text mode, GUI, text mode. Rescue expert. Looks like it's had a lot of options there for you to install this thing. So we'll just do the graphical install, see what we get. Okay. English, yes. Obviously not Calamar's installer, which I kind of doubted it would be anyway, but yeah. English, yes. United States, yes. American English, yes. So additional components. So we're waiting for this to load up. Testing networks, we should have tested their. Okay, that's good. Host name is Kaisen Linux, that's good. So change the default there. Okay, full name of the user. Yeah. Great, yeah, username right now, will work. And my password, you want to set your password here. Okay. Okay, I'm in Mountain Time Zone. Okay. And to take this. Okay, gotta use entire disk. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do since we're on a virtual machine. Well, that makes most sense, but you can also use the entire disk up with LVM guided. You also gotta use the entire disk up with encrypted LVM. Or do it manually. Probably something similar to something similar to what am I thinking? Do. Yeah. So anyway, manual. Oh yeah, the manual. Some similar to G part I just used or something like that. So we're gonna use guide and use entire to see how good it is. Since this is obviously a different install altogether. Okay, so yeah, it's warning you that you hold the disk on this all the data on this disk is going to be erased. And I'm for those who really want to make changes. You select partition, if that's the correct one, so one it could select. Yeah, you want to make sure if you have more than one disk so that you put the right one in. I've done that before. Oops, that was wrong. Hard drive to install it all. Whoops. Okay, so if you're in partitioning disk, select for partitioning that disk. This can be partitioned. You want several different schemes. If you're unsure, choose the first one. All files one partition. Recommend for new users. Separate home partition, separate home bar, and temp partitions. Very good. I'm going to select separate home partition to see how good it does. See if it works like you expect. I don't know. So I better make sure my sound's coming through on here. You hear some background noise that sounds similar like vibrating. That's what's happening. Just checking my sound here. Yeah, it's coming through. Okay, I just want to check that before I continue. Okay, so it's going to create the Btrfs file system on there, root and home. Back to primary and logical. I don't know why it's like there's a logical one. But okay, so sort of. Things you only have 4 primaries on most systems. I think 5 primaries. So if you have just 5 partitions you need to create, then that's fine. But if you have more than 5, then you gotta cut down to 4 primary partition. It means all the rest be logical. Logical allows you to add on more partitions. So that looks fine. Continue on that. Right changes to disk, yes. Defaults to no, so you don't screw up somebody's things. And that's gonna do it. Install system. Obviously you created partitions already. That's happening data to the disk. Yeah, when I first tried this, I didn't see that installed down there, so well, the thing, it doesn't have the standard install when you come to the live USB version. You don't have a spot where you have something like install system. It didn't have an install system. It does. So I'm taking us to that to see what that looks like. And anyway, yeah, so I had the let me think a minute. I was gonna say I do this all the time lately. But I do remember basically what I was gonna talk about. I was gonna talk about the IT part of this. The IT part of this is the system basically involves some curated programs for this done that are supposed to run to work with IT professionals. Probably working on computers and other things like that. Yeah, so they don't have the ability to uh, yeah, so anyway, the programs are selected, which we'll take a look at here as soon as it finishes installation. And we'll install system. That's pretty straightforward install. You have to read it a little bit since it's not your normal Calamaris installer type thing. Obviously a different, maybe a handmade or a unique installer. I'm not sure what installer they use. They were just standard one or created their own or what. But kind of hard to show you what the thing is on its install stuff. It seems like it's taking a while to install. So it's stopping dead. This isn't going super fast right now. So anyway, let's see. Nobody's come on the show yet. Yeah, I've noticed. That'll be the first show in a long time nobody showed up. Yeah, that's what happens when you miss a Wednesday. No explanation. We'll just stay home. Yeah, which is one of the reasons I need to move it to Saturday, because last Wednesday was just crazy. We had all this stuff going on and everything going on. And I decided I was gonna, just couldn't handle everything. So I got done this and my voice was shot, that kind of thing. And I just didn't think it'd come off very good over on air, so I decided just to cut it out. Need to start giving these more than one CPU power. Yeah, I've got one. I've got this machine framework has a 5th generation i5. No, 11th generation i5. And yeah, it has like about 4 cores and 8 threads that it runs on this. And I give each virtual machine I've created one little thread. That's probably, if I give it 2 threads, probably going a little fast by now. Maybe I need more CPU in there. So, hey, Sravon, how you doing? We're not totally lonely today, are we? Yeah, I've got this installing the system. It's Kaisen Linux. Excuse me, Kaisen Linux, and that's just waiting. It's like I said, it's slow copying over. We'll see how it goes, but yeah. So there's a couple of things you probably want to know at the beginning of the show I mentioned. I'll mention them again here while I'm waiting for this to install. But yeah, last week I had a little bit of an issue, a problem with my voice and stuff. And so the last minute I decided not to do it. And plus I had everything picked out because it was really hectic the beginning of last week. So based on the 2 factors, I said I have to call it quits for this Wednesday. So I did. And also because of that, I'm moving the show to Saturday mornings. Not because of that, but no. No, it wasn't because of that. I'm moving the show Saturday morning. I'm moving the show Saturday mornings because my wife and my son shifted their work schedules from evenings to morning and daytime. It's good for my wife, I guess, because she can get home and have a normal evening with me instead of going out to eat late, like after 9 o'clock and stuff like that. So, yes, that's what we're doing. I don't know if it'll for sure it'll stay on Saturday morning because I need to figure out if it conflicts with any of the shows or things like that. I don't know if that time slot's already taken by another show. Not that I can't do a show if I want to, but I really don't want to step on other people's area and property. I want to keep it a nice, happy thing, sort of. So, but Saturday morning's about the only time I can do it. I know Sunday, unless I work out something with Steve on something, but I'm not sure what we'd do. But could do like after show or extended show or something like that. I don't know. Maybe have a different topic. But that's also problematic for me because I usually go to church. So I can't say usually for that length of time. So, and Sundays also is when everybody's off that day. So that's worst day to do it, probably. And Wednesday, I could keep doing Wednesday nights because my wife usually goes to the gym or something like that, so she's out of the house. My son will usually go with her, that kind of thing. Like tonight is what they did. But I'd rather have it because anytime the kids can be here, which anytime she can be here, I can't do it at all. And I mean, you end up risking then, a kid showing up on your show accidentally and they burst in, especially the little one likes to be on TV. TV says. Hi, Steve. All right, don't worry about time and day, doing convenient to you, says Steve. Yeah, are you aware, Steve, of any other show that's like on there at that time? I mean, if there is, maybe it's not critical. I avoid it or something, but I just prefer, but I have to do it when I can do it, and now Saturday's about the time I can do it, I guess. Every other morning, well, every other morning everybody's at work and stuff like that, and I like to do it during that time, so I like to try to avoid work time when most people are working. His bursting in happens to Nate all the time. Well, the reason I was wondering because I say there's no kids, and if kids appear on your video, then you've got to do some kind of I think you get in trouble for that or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's why I usually try to don't like to worry about kids. But plus, they would do it all the time. I can hardly keep them out of here if they know I'm on here. Anyway, what time? I was thinking probably I would do it about 9 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time. Be like the 10 your time, 11 Eastern Time, 7 Pacific Time. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking about in that regards. All right. We'll see you later. Yeah, tell your son to karate. So, Saran, how's you doing? Any interesting going on with you? Yeah, so, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to on Saturday at 9 or so, but we'll figure out a different time where we work it out. Just because, it's Wednesday. When I first selected Wednesday, not only was it a time when I knew nobody else was doing a show per se, I also was it was a time when everybody's out of the house. I could count on me being by myself pretty much most of the time. That's gradually changed as people's schedules have changed, of course. Yeah. So anyway, oh, okay, it's flat. Let's see. Song system and just zapped out. There were no problems here. So Steve. Yeah, I wondered about that because I have a little thing on my thing that says no kids appear in these videos. And I usually select no, because I don't have any kids to appear in videos, and I don't want to get in trouble for having kids on videos. Or some people that have gotten really zapped by YouTube for doing that, got in trouble, got banned, taken off, that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's why I've always avoided times when the kids could be here. Well, I want it to be convenient to me, yes, but I also need it to be somewhat convenient to people who want to look at it. mean, it'll find my new audience, stuff like that. Hopefully, it'll carry some people like Larry over and Ron here, and other people follow me over there if they're able to. But yeah, so it's taking a long time to go. It's configuring app now. I don't expect this to be a zip through installation process. I mean, it's easy enough to select the graphical things and figure out what you're supposed to enter in certain spot things. Okay, Configure Package Manager, installing boot bootloader. It's just installing the grub bootloader now. And it says, seems this new installation on the operating system computer settings mistake. Yes, do that. I don't have any. Enter device manually. Okay. And select that. It's where it's installed the grub bootloader. I want to say it backwards, don't I? Do that. It's finish installing the grub bootloader. Finish the installation. Hardware detection. That's what I always worry about. The my son, sometimes he forgets that I'm in here recording. He'll bellow out something or other. Yeah, what I had to go in there and tell him, computer, quiet, don't do that. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, this isn't taking, I guess this is known for its speed. Ring update. Finish the installation. Eventually finish the installation. Yeah, this isn't Calamar's installer, and this shows why. You can't see my screen? Oh, yeah, it's true. Okay, hope it'll come up here. There I am. Howdy. Thanks for warning me of that. Should have seen the can taking thing, so yeah. Forgot to put it on Zoom, sorry. Yeah, it's taking a long time to install. It's finishing installation now. It says finishing. Been finishing installation now for the last minute or two, but yeah, eventually it'll get there, I think. Big question is, will it install it properly? Will it work? Yeah, it's installation. If it doesn't, we'll just boot up into the USB version of it, the live package and stuff like that. Still done. I was taking as long as installation. Almost done. Yes, it's going to reboot. Previously reboots automatically. Okay, advanced options. Kaisen Linux, advanced options. Receiving KMD. Recovery mode. Okay, we'll just boot up on the regular thing, see what happens. The only advantage is I can set things like display until I make it the right size and everything without it being too big. Without it losing its properties occasionally. Do it this way. And there's password. I've changed my password. Everybody see my password. Oh no. Let's see. I think it was red. Now. Mm-hmm. 2.1, huh? Oh, there it goes. Waiting for all the fancy back screen. M1. Now this is Mate Desktop, which is unique in a way because I don't know if I've ever encountered too many distros that use Mate as their flagship desktop version they use. You got KD and Plasma and XFC and QT desktops also you can choose from. You saw earlier. But this is the thing. So let's go to application system. Preferences. Control center. Displays. Okay, I'm gonna get this. 60 by 1050 is what I want. Apply that. Ta-da! Yeah, power management down here too. Yeah, time and date manager, mouse, keyboard, Bluetooth manager, Bluetooth adapters, and keyboard shortcuts. 3 of those in it. Cool. Then you get a configuration network proxy. You get your appearance, public locations, multi-tweet, screensaver, public locations, Windows, say Windows properties, personal, about me, file management, setup application, startup application, excuse me, system technologies, and preferred applications. So yeah, so there's your setup application and preferred application. Let's see what this shows. Firefox web browser, Thunderbird email, Instant Messenger. Yeah, I did max mine. Yeah, what it is, virtual machine, I just increased it whenever I got to the point where I could increase it on display. And fortunately, that's one. So there's a few distros that even on the live CVD version will boot up into a full screen display. But most of them just always select the 600 by 800 version, and you either have to set it up yourself to make it bigger, or you have to set it up after you get installed, that kind of thing. Anyway, you get Windows Street, System Technologies. Maybe talk about this. Yeah, all this stuff here. So I could go what I would normally do. I go here, power management, turn off any power management, so I don't have this cut out on me. I also go to screensavers, double check that. Use your lock screen, something in that effect in there. Need to turn off. And the rest of it's just preferences, what you want the thing to look like. Uh, all those kind of things. Let's see. Changing the appearance. New appearance, what that looks like. Interesting. Got Kaisen gray material, Kaisen light, Kaisen official, Kaisen dark light material. What we're using currently. Here's what it defaults into: high contrast green submarine. We all live in a green submarine. Green submarine. Green submarine. We all live. No, we don't. Anyway. And then it also has minted, traditional green, traditional okay, yarn green, and yarn okay. Yarn okay. And so anyway, that's what those are. I assume this one we're working on it doesn't have the buttons. It has more of these banner buttons on it. Yeah. Let's see, Katie, very Katie. Let's see what page dark looks darker than dark. Ooh, wow, that's really dark. Maybe a little too dark for me. Black Monte, I love Black Monte. Been eons since I've used it. I like the way the buttons are indented in there, that kind of thing. Really, let's see, buttons. So this is different than it looks otherwise. And yeah, it was pretty cool. I like Black Monte actually. One of my favorite themes. But you don't get on too many because I don't want to use Monte that much. That's the reason where I find it on there, but I found it one time on another thing. I couldn't find it on any other distro that I've looked on since then, but there you go. Yeah. So we have that. That's that deal. Let's check out the. It's got 5.17 using 5.17 kernel in it. Pretty good. Yeah, it's Debian testing what you expect, huh? So base chop, let's see base chop 2, yeah. We got 8 chop on here. In memory, 721 out of 3.84 gigs of data memory. Computer's power along 2%. Swap's okay, nothing there. Yeah, pretty interesting. Good. Yeah, I think Monte's desktop is slimmer and trimmer than GNOME, but it is also kind of a what am I trying to think? It's also trimmer. It's also, but it's not as trim as maybe something like XFC or something. It's one of the reasons they have XFC in there when you have a low memory machine. You need something along the lines to work with. Neofit. Let's see if that's already. Yes, it is. This is one distro that DT would like to check out, I'm sure. Just because HTOP and Neofit are automatically installed on there, you always check those, remember, if they're there or not. Steve's back from getting taking his son to karate. Yeah. Yeah. And welcome back, Steve. And we have yeah, you can see the kernel up here too. 5.17, 8 minutes. Got 3,047 packages. That's quite a bit. Not a good bit of packages. Bash, resolution, Monte. Oh yeah, I need to do this, don't I? There we go. That helps maximize the screen a bit more. Monte terminal and there's monospace and stuff for my computer and 969 megabytes says there. I'm sorry if I'm sort of rambling on here a bit, but I'm not talking very clearly. So that's that, and let's see. We want to see what the backgrounds I have on here. Okay, well, they have interesting ones here. Got this, which is just a light blue to green movement. And it's red, which is this. And black. Oh, that's nice looking. Kaisen Professional IT. Not bad. Yes, this one. Not bad. Pretty good. You have these dots. Not too bad. This is kind of like it too pixelated for this screen. Yeah, your basic Kaisen Linux Professional IT theme screen. You know, I think I kind of like this one best. So we'll go with that background. Spiffy, yeah. Spiffy. So, okay. Yvonne says, I found a cool tool today. Ever heard of InfluxDB, Telegraph, or Grafana? Yes, it is a multi-desktop, Steve. Steve asked that a multi-desktop. Yes, it is. Yeah, actually, it's one of the few distributions, like I said earlier, that I've seen that uses a Monte desktop as its flagship desktop environment. And also, yeah, you can pick from KDE, XFC, and LXQT as well. So, if you want something lighter, you can use XFC. You want something real light, you can use LXQT. And if you want something heavier, more robust, and has all the little tools you're used to in KDE, you can pick KDE, but no GNOME. Up to the closest GNOME you get is Mate. So that's cool. But anyway, let's see. So you have applications up here. You use basic user application, you know, your Mate calculator, Mate font viewer, Mate search tool, Picom, which is a compositor, Pluma, which I believe is text editor, take screenshot Vim, which is another text editor, Vim, which is another text editor. Mate image viewer, GIMP, Image Magic, LibreOffice, and Mate color selection round out the graphics section, Internet, Firefox, Qubit Torrent, this is a torrent downloader. Thunderbird, not a lot there, but sufficient for what I need. Yeah, your LibreOffice all right in there. Mate Dictionary, and the Trill Document Viewer, which views your PDFs and all those other things you like to look at. Programming, VS Codium. I think that's a coding text editor type thing. Sound and video, VLC Media Player. Just tools, Kaja, Kaisen Terminal. Log file viewer, Mate disk image manager, Mate disk usage analyzer, Mate system monitor, Mate terminal, power statistics, and TIEX terminal. I'm not sure what TIEX terminal is. Let's check it out real quick. Fun. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's do let's see. Sudo at update first. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay. So looks like it's 271 pages upgraded. Yeah, we'll just restart this run, we'll put it aside and let it run away, and its hearts content as we go on with our exploration of this distribution. So let's see. Yeah, upgrade. And yes, take off. Do the whole kicking the boodle. Okay. Tucked away up there while it works and that stuff. Now you also have, in this side of user applications, you have Kaisen Linux applications, where you get all your IT stuff that they talked about. Administrative tools, DevOps and cloud. And it's got Ansible, ASW, Docker, Kubernetes, LXC, Puppet, Terraform, Azure. I'm not gonna read off all these just because it take too long to go through all these and read them off. But I'm just gonna go through them, pause, and look at them. And so if you have have an interest in any of these, you can get a stop on, you know. Try to drag the theme of the Tokyo 19. Turbine says love Motown Raspberry Pi. Not to use Motown Raspberry Pi. I haven't really used it on computers that much, but it's a good, not it's a good distro, but yeah, I just know cinnamon better. If that option is cinnamon mate, I go with cinnamon. Decided to check out mate, so to drag the theme or Tokyo 19. I looked at those. I didn't see them when it was listed in there. Were they in this distribution, or I have to download them off the internet or off the out of the distribution? So Kaisen Linux. Yeah, so I'm gonna place the pause more of this so you can check it out. And you can pause the video if you want. If really these are of interest to you, you know what they are. Document photos. Remove this. Go in there. Whoops. It didn't like for me to go over that one. Apparently it's updating or some file system. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what this means. The better FS one we currently picked. I don't know if you click one of these, if it'll change it. Oh, app, better FS snapshots. You do the other stuff with better FS through here. And root, map. That's pretty interesting, doesn't it? And maintenance tools it's got here. And analysis of duplicates, cloning, data protection, data recovery. All these have a lot more stuff you can make out. Data recovery, a lot of interesting stuff there. Disk analysis. Be good just to have on hand and on the USB live CD. You wanted to be able to look at stuff and do have rescues for computers. Or some IT people would do a lot of. Malware scans. Outlook PTS. Phishing erasing. Departed right there. Bleach split. Each bit. And if you hover over these too long, it does that kind of stuff. Anyway, you got all those things. You got various ones, very fat, and then blah that shit. Let's see, where's the what's anything for EXT4 in here? Archive mount, set fuse, those are on there. Maintenance tools. Let's see where we're at. You see, there's a lot of stuff in here for sure. Miscellaneous tools. Cups. I don't know why it has a Firefox logo on cups, but yeah. Yeah, whatever. Bread. Get repair. Neat stuff. The whole kitchen sink in here, don't they? And we got man pages for our Kaisen. So you get those if you need to find some Kaisen, do a man on it. And then finally services. And yeah, a lot of services there. And we'll go through all those. You can go through those on your own if you want to. That's what makes it IT-ish. Those programs they have set up for IT's people to use on their IT work. Like I say, this is designed to be put on a flash drive, so you can plug it in any computer and boot up in the Kazon Linux, and then you IT away on people's stuff. Okay, so let's see. No comment on that yet. I guess we'll just see what's out there, huh? Let's see. Uh, Radio Tokyo. Oops. Let's see what this one took from it. Didn't find any Tokyos out there. Probably find a Dracula either, more likely, but I can try. Alright, Dracula. Hmm. No Draculas or Tokyos out there. When someone's in there, was it? Didn't see that theme, those themes in there. So, yeah, somebody's gonna show me some things about themes occasionally. Let's see. So that's Kaisen, that's what it is, and then you got your system over here, like you have preferences. Yeah, internet look and feel, hardware administration, control center, start look at, help, about Monte, lock screen, lockout rig, log out rig. You don't want to lock me out, log out maybe, shut down. Those are all options you have there. And that's pretty much places, just kind of like your you're going to go to your file manager. We got home folder, desktop, computer, network, connect server, Monte search tool, and wheel. Places basically. Various places you can go. So also ones down here, they have a 1, 2, 3, 4 down here in the bottom corner. Those are actually workspaces. And I think I decided if you put in some in here, you have a workspace too. And I think, it's hard to tell, but I think the one is a little grayed out on there, down there. Really hard to see it very well to know for sure whether it is or not. I think, yeah, the two you can tell isn't black. It's all gray, same color as this background. There's 1, 3, 4 are all black, which means you're on 2 right now. But I don't see anything. If there's any difference between 1 and 3 as far as shading goes, it's very minor and minimal. So it's kind of hard to say if there's anything sitting in there. You'd have to go there, I guess. Yeah. So that's what that is. And then you get down here, you got, this is our head rolling. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's shut down the Kaisen terminal actually. They were doing upgrades. Apparently they're finished or finished and it's after I have some, I don't know what it did, but anyway. There you go. Now let's see what else we need to look at on here. I think we need to check out, I saw some a moment ago. Yeah, you have your network up here, your battery, your date, time, and over here you have your application play system menu settings. You have your Kaisen terminal, Firefox, screenshot, Kaja browser, and Limited text editor. There's Kaja. Popular like that pretty well. And it's pretty good file manager from what I recall. I haven't used it a lot, but I've used it some. And here's how you change that. List view, which is my preference, personally, list view. It's easier for me to see what's there and all the stuff that have in this list, and I can see how many all the information on the file they go. So, F4, Alt F4 closes it out. Yeah, it's a pretty nice distro. I think I like it a lot. And yeah, I know you can install on things. Think maybe I should put it over here. I really am not an IT. I mean, I've done IT before, but I've never had all the programs. It'd take too long for me to figure out what all those programs even do. Much less be an IT person. So, yeah, if you're an IT professional, it looks like a distribution. It looks like it'll work for you as a daily driver if you want it, or you just want it on a flash drive to check out. Do I help you do IT work on different computers and stuff? It should work for those too. So, yeah, I think that's Kaisen Linux. Yeah, I'm developing a system for ranking these things. If I'm myself over and over again saying, if I'm myself over and over again saying things like, if I had a distribution, if I had to use it, if I was using this distribution, would I be happy with it? And over and over again and say, yeah, I'd like to, yeah, I can use this distribution pretty easy. I can even use this one. And there's some truth to the um, I can't remember what I was going to say. Some truth to the some truth to the saying that I don't know what I was going to say there. Yeah, I remember saying I was thinking of and I was going to use it, but yeah, so but yeah, so I was talking about the rankings. I was thinking maybe I could do a different ranking, so I could just like say, okay, so I have the lowest level is I would never use this in a million year type thing. I don't know if I would apply it to most any that I have. So anyway, Steve making a joke. He made a joke. Who's saying joke? Right. Anyway, yeah. So if I just use this thing at low level being, I would never use this thing in a million years, which I don't think applied to too many distros at all. Right, I don't have any distro I've come across I would say I just never use. There's a few distros I think I've come across it because of problematics or problems with them and stuff like that. Or like one of my got early peppermint I used before. It seemed like I did a okay. Steve says I do have to say I have a stake in it. Dad Joe. Ah, Dad Joe. Well, you know, there's in relation to Dracula's theme bites and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you keep putting in that and stuff, yeah. Steve's got a handy thought. I wonder, I'm not very good at improv type stuff that much. I can sit here and chat and talk and that kind of thing, but I'm not that really good at improv stuff like the people that are try to be funny and stuff like that. Yeah. So uh keep it going. Steve's just smiling. Yeah. So anyway, sometimes I think of things, usually when I think of things, it's one moment too late and everybody's moved on from it. So English professionality. Yeah, so I think this falls in the camp of it's not for me because I'm not an IT professional. At least I'm not currently an IT professional. I don't really have a need for this, but some people might who are IT professionals. Now, like all the programs at their fingertips, they can play around with, learn, that kind of thing. And it looks like you learn a lot of stuff with this Kaisen Linux professional. But if I was forced to use this for a daily driver, I could use it pretty easily. I mean, Debian testing, which is based on its kind of rolling release type function, is pretty stable. Debian testing isn't as stable as regular Debian or as static as regular Debian version is, but it is pretty stable where you can use it for a daily driver. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people will use that because they want to have the best and greatest, latest, greatest for IT professionals. So it's either that, at Debian testing, or you go to Arch-based system sometime, or Fedora, or Solus, one of those kind of systems. Those don't have all the programs though that they have for this. Now you have other programs out there that are cybersecurity type things. I do have a hard time using it in the daytime. Uh, uh, yeah, because Dracula doesn't like daytime, right? Yeah. Sun burns him up and causes him to go, I'm melting, melting, melting. Ah. Another show. Anyway, uh, yeah. So I think I would use this if I had to. If it's all I had, is all that I was working. Be a good system. I mean, it's kind of hard to judge stability and how stable something actually is. So you've used it for a while and you find out, then later on, oh, this broke the whole thing wide open or something like that. So yeah, so it's hard to judge the stability of a system if you've used it for a while. Mm, so I have to do a bid on Titan Linux, which I did not too long ago. Told them I would install on computers. I'm thinking about installing this computer over here, my laptop. I just haven't got around to it yet. Sorry to the guys who were the devs for that. And yeah, but yeah, 'cause I really don't know a good. I'm gonna give a good review on the DistroWatch or wherever they put reviews for distros. I think there's reviews you can do on DistroWatch. I don't know. But at any rate, I was gonna do that for them because they indicated they had some issues and troubles and things like that with some other stuff and some bad press, press, bad reviews, that kind of thing. Due to some people who aren't too keen on them, that kind of thing. So apparently a little infighting going on there, but yeah, well, That's when I do that. I have yet to do it. So I'm installing this computer here so I can test it out and run it on there. It works great. So yeah, there's a lot of other distros out there like what's that one that I did? I did two, Parrot OS, and I can't remember the other one now off the top of my head what the name of it was, but it's in my videos that I reviewed, that kind of thing. So can you check that out? But this isn't strictly a cybersecurity thing. It has some cybersecurity in it. It's got penetration testing. You do over here when we're seeing that. And maintenance tools, network. And I remember seeing there's some penetration tools I have in here. Don't see them now. Some. Let's look through. I remember seeing somewhere in here some penetration on it. These have placate puppet on P's in here. Anyway, you can probably find it if you look through it. Well, I think just does that have a search function? Maybe the one down below of Monty desktop is yeah. Probably uses catfish or not catfish. Yeah, see Windows key doesn't open up anything. I probably just put this on a search file. I'm gonna search files. No, let me search for files. And anyway, you can find it on your own, I'm sure, if you just look around there enough. I don't know if it has a I don't know if it has a search function here for your program and stuff. If it does, I'm clueless where Monte hides that function. Anybody have already done it? Anybody have an idea out there when that works? When it happens? Where it's at? Maybe there isn't one at Monte, I don't know. So we have all those fun things here. I guess that's about it, huh? Yeah. So anyway, next week I will probably start on Saturday. That would be the, let's see, this is the 22nd. So next Saturday would be the July the 2nd, basically. I guess that's gonna be far enough away from forced conflicts, anything in that regard. So I do have that. So I guess that's it. Kaisen Linux for professional IT. I think as an IT person, I really love this as a either as a daily driver or as a thing to carry around on a flash drive. Boot up and will make a good log in bootable flash drive with it on there with persistence on it. Yeah, probably ought to do that sometime. Just a program on how to create flash drives. That could be dicey depending on what you got to do and stuff like that. I usually use Ventwave for mine. So all I do is copy them over, delete them off if I don't want them on there anymore, copy them over, all that kind of stuff. Bento isn't the most easiest thing to get installed. I mean, it isn't too hard, but it's not graphically installed. At least when I used it wasn't graphically installed. It's more of a, I think they have a graphical installer. They tried to recently. I don't know if they have it done or not. Yeah, so that's Kaisen Linux, and I guess that's all we'll say about that. Anybody else have anything they want to add? Steve, you have a show coming up this Saturday you want to promote? Sunday morning? Any subjects of particular interest you're going to talk about, or you don't know yet, or what? We also have the Linux Saloon coming up this Saturday evening, about the same time as this show starts. But, yeah, I have to be here at 6 in order to start there. I think they start at 7 o'clock. And they start at 5 Central Time. I think Nate's Central Time too. And I do have yeah, so I think it's ready. I know it starts 6 o'clock my time. Not sure, may cover OBS and streaming. Oh, cool. I have to catch as much of that show as I can because I do that, and yeah, it's a struggle sometimes, as we both know. Things happen on the fly, and so yeah. And I think if I remember right, the Linux Saloon is going to be going over Fedora distributions, various ones that they have, oddball ones, I think mostly. I downloaded Silverblue. I've never used Silverblue before, so it'll be a new experience for me to test that out and check that out. Anyway, got it downloaded and I haven't installed it. Maybe I'll install that on this machine temporarily and see how that works. So, yeah. So, nobody else has anything, we'll call it a day, even though it's a little early to call it quits. Because I didn't think it was going to take that long to install. It took a long time to install, but yeah. Kind of weird in a way. So, we'll call it a day and say, remember, may the Linux force be with you. Bye.